It is another time to do the Lord's work, and I'm here to do the Lord's work. And just in case you're wondering why I call this the Lord's work, why on earth? Just look at this. This is 2025 and somebody has the temerity, the audacity to do this. And that's why I took it upon myself. I said, no, let me come to the rescue of this person and as many that are ready to delve into this cage of what I ordered versus what I got. So with that being said, guys, you are welcome to this tutorial. Before we begin, sorry to digress, I want to wish every one of us a happy new year, and I pray that this year brings us all the goodness that we deserve in life. So to start with this tutorial, I'm going to be measuring out the vertical measurements that are required for this particular dress. And those vertical measurements include the armhole, the breast point, the underbust, and of course the half waist length. So for the armhole measurements, I'm going to be using 8 inches for the length of the armhole because it is a sleeveless dress, so we don't want it to be too open at the armhole area. But I'll be marking the armhole not at the center fold area here, I'll be marking it somewhere at the side. So next is the breast point measurements, and then the underbust, and the last one is the half waist length, and then the extension of the basque waistline. We are going to be adding about 3 inches for that. So I'm going to be extending the half waist length by 3 inches for the back shape at the waist area. So coming towards the side area, I can now mark the armhole, the underbust, and every other thing I've marked at the center fold area, and then I have them connected horizontally with a straight line like so. Okay, so that's basically it: the breast point, the underbust, the half waist length, and this last one is the 3 inches extension for the back waistline at the waist area. Okay, so that's basically it for the vertical measurement. So next I'm going to be dividing the breast distance measurement by 2, which is 7 inches divided by 2 give me 3.5. So from the center fold I mark 3.5 and then I connect with a straight line. So this represents that line, one of them. So the next thing is to divide our shoulder measurement at the upper part by 2. So the shoulder is 15 inches divided by 2, which is 7.5. So I mark the 7.5 at the upper part, and at our 8 inches length, that's the armhole length. So I connect with an angle 90 shape like so. So at this point I'm going to be coming down by 3.5 inches for the shoulder slant, and from that 3.5 inches to the armhole length I divide by 2, and then I get the center point. And then I'm going to be coming outward by ½ inch at this point like so I can have the armhole curved. But before that, I'm going to be dividing the bust measurement by 4 inches. Whatever that gives me, I mark that, and then I'm going to be connecting the armhole. Okay, and then I have the armhole perfectly connected, just as you can see. The next thing is to get our neckline measurement, and I'm going to be using the neck width of 2.5 inches and then the neck depth of 3 inches. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be connecting that to give me a neckline. Okay, so that's basically for the neckline. And next I'm going to be connecting the shoulder slant. So this is the shoulder slant being connected, and after that, the next thing, I'm going to be marking out our actual dart. So between the dart line, I mark ½ inch between the dart lines at the half waist length, and I have that connected up to the breast point area with a pointy shape like so. And downwards, I just mark straight down to the last line like so. Okay, so this is what the dart looks like. So the next thing, I'm going to be dividing the body circumference measurement by 4. We already have the bust, so at the under bust area I divide by 4, and then I add the dart allowance that I'll be taking out. So this gave me 8 plus the inches that will be taken out for the dart. So at this point I have about 3/4 of an inch, and then I add that to the under bust round measurement divided by 4. At the half waist length, I divide the waist by 4 as well. So whatever I have, I'm going to be replacing the dart allowance as well, which is 1 inch at this point, and I have that marked, and I'm going to be connecting all the way down. Okay, so from the armhole all the way down to the half waist length, I have that connected like so. And for the back waistline effect, I have this connected up to this point. So from the breast point area, I'm going to be coming down by 1.5 inches. This is the difference between the half waist length of the front and then the back, because we know that the half waist length of the front is always longer than that of the back. So to make that, this is why we are doing this. So this is the 1.5 inches, and we connect it to this point like so. So we're going to be taking this out, okay, just to make sure that the side equalizes with the length of the back. Okay, so at this point we have achieved the basic pattern for this particular tutorial or this particular dress. So at the shoulder slant area, when you measure the shoulder slant, whatever you have, you get the midpoint, okay? Or from the neckline area, you're going to be marking about 3 inches from the neckline area. But I would advise you just use the midpoint of the shoulder slant area, because that was what I ended up using, okay? So whatever I have, I just mark it up to a certain point like so, and then I have the points connected. So this is me connecting the point that I have up to this point. So after connecting, I'm going to be measuring the length. Okay, so this point I measured 3 inches, but at the end of the day when I was sewing, I extended it to about 4 inches or 4.5. So from that point, you connect back to the armhole area. So this is basically what we have. So this point is the new armhole that we're going to be using. This part is no longer necessary, so I just marked that out. So at this point, we have our front pattern almost set, except for the extension of the neck depth at the front, which I'm going to be coming back to. So at this point, I'm just marking out the back pattern, the zip allowance area of the back pattern. So this is the zipper allowance, and then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be transferring some of the measurements at the front to the back, basically. So that's why I have to first of all cut out the front before the back. And for the dart allowance, I'm not going to be cutting it out. I'm going to be sewing that on the dress. So for the back waistline, before I cut out the back waistline, I'm going to be folding the dart allowance area so that I can get a perfect line. So by the time I fold it together like so, you can see that the lines are no longer the same. So I have to make them straight back. So after making them straight, I open it up, and then I'm going to be cutting along the new line that I have. So in cutting that, I cut up to this point, and then you can see how I'm going about that. So this is the new back shape that I'm going to be working with. And then at the side dart as well, or the breast dart, I'm going to be folding that, and then I mark out our new shape as well, and then I cut along just like so. Okay, so that is it for this point, and then I cut around the armhole area. So it was when I got up to this point that I realized that I haven't extended the neck depth at the front. And to get that done, from the center fold area like so, I'm going to be marking about 3/4 of an inch. You can use half an inch as well, so that it's not too wide. And for the depth from the shoulder area downwards, I'm going to be using the length of the breast point, even though that's not what I used at this point, but you make sure you use up to the breast point length. Okay, so you just mark up to the breast point so that you can get the exact length that we have in the sample or in the picture. So I have that cut out like so. So this is basically the neckline, and then I cut out the shoulder slant. So at this point, our front pattern is set. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be using the front to cut the back. So after I've gotten the zipper allowance at the back, what I'm going to be doing is I will extend all these lines that we have from the front pattern. I just extend it outward like so. And then for the shoulder, I'm just going to be bringing back our front pattern, and then I'm going to be tracing out some parts. So I trace out the neck width and also the shoulder slant area. Basically what I did, I just used the front to trace the back. So all I cut at the front, I'm going to be tracing that at the back as well. So at this point, that's the side, this extension that we have here, I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, so what I just did, I'm not going to be tracing this part because we don't need this for the back. I also trace the back side like so, and then I take this out. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be connecting this point because the back does not need that the front had at that point. So for the neck depth of the back, I use 1.5 inches, and then I have the neck depth connected to the neck width. Okay, so this is just me marking out the zipper allowance area, and then I have the neck depth connected. I have to use my free hand to give me the perfect neckline that I want. Like I said in the beginning, we have the half waist length of the front always longer than that of the back. So to make sure that we have the actual half waist length that we have at the back, so the 1.5 inches that is the difference between the front and the back, I have that marked out upward from the half waist length. So this is the 1.5 inches. I'm going to be taking that out by folding this point up to this point like so. So we have the half 1.5 inches taken out, and then at the side I mark our new shape at the side. So to make sure that we eliminate every form of zipper bulge at the back, I'm going to be coming inward at the half waist length by half an inch. That's the zipper allowance. I come in by half an inch, and then I have our new zipper allowance shape marked like so, upward and then downwards. Okay, so our zipper allowance is 1.5 inches, so I'm going to be marking our new zipper allowance from this point. I get my 1.5 inches at this point, and then I connect back upward and downward like so. This is to make sure that we eliminate every form of zipper bulge or every form of bulge at the zipper area of the back. Okay, so this is no longer necessary. This is our new zipper allowance, and then I proceed to cutting out our back pattern. And guys, if at this point you haven't subscribed, please, I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button to keep this community growing. Also make sure you like and share this tutorial. Okay, so at this point you can see our new zipper allowance or our new zipper or whatever. So I just cut along that new part. Okay, so that's basically what we have for the front and then the back. Okay, so for the front, like I said, I'm not going to be cutting out all this because I don't need to do that for this particular dress. What I'm just going to be doing is when I'm stitching, I'm just going to be holding that like so. This is what I'm going to be stitching on the fabric that is on the main dress. Okay, just in case you are tempted to ask why did that if I'm not going to be cutting that out. Okay, I'm just showing you what I'm going to be doing with the dart manipulation at the end of the day. I'm just going to be stitching it on the fabric. I'm not going to be cutting that open. Okay, so that's it for the dart. And at the back as well, I'm just going to be stitching the darts. I'm not going to be cutting the dart allowance open at the front and the back. Okay, and then I have the front and back labeled out. So coming back to the shoulder slant, which is like almost where the workload of this tutorial lies, the new shoulder slant that we have, I still divide it into two. So I just get the midpoint, and then I'm going to be curving back to the neck depth like so. And the reason for what I just marked out is what I am showing you at this point. If you look at this shoulder area close to the base of the neck, you can see that it is white at that point. The red part of that point is just about half an inch or 1 inch at that point. Okay, so that part that is white is what I want us to achieve, because if we leave it, that means we're going to be having that part to be red all through. Okay, so that is why I am marking out this point. So I have to write it out. So this is the white part of the neck area or the shoulder area. So I have that part cut out. So when I'm cutting the fabric, this part is going to be cut with a white fabric. Okay, so that's it. So in cutting our fabric, I just place my pattern on the fabric and I add my seam allowances. So it's just the seam allowances at the side and the down part that I'm going to be adding, you know, to the fabric. Okay, so I just add the necessary seam allowances to the sides and where necessary, and then I have the pattern cut out on the fabric. Okay, so basically this is just the cutting of the fabric using our pattern. So this is what the front looks like, and I open it up and this is what we have. Okay, so that's it for the front cutting of the fabric, and I also do the same to the back. I place the pattern on the fabric and then I mark out the necessary allowances on the fabric, and then I have those cut out as well. Okay, and after cutting of the back, this is what we have for the back when I open it up. So this is the two sides of the back. And next, I'm going to be cutting the white part of the neckline. So I fold it into 4 folds because I'm going to be cutting both the seam and the interface, the one for the lining together with the main one. So this is 4 folds. I just place the pattern on it. I have it held down with the help of an office pin, and I'm going to be cutting. I added the allowances as well that I'm going to be using to stitch it down. I didn't cut exactly what I have on the pattern. I added a seam allowance to the side as well, so I have that cut out. So this is what I have for that. I take out the pin and then I have like 4 of them. So basically I'm going to be placing them on the neck area like so, and I have that stitched down. I'm going to be doing the same thing to the interfacing. After stitching, this is what I have, and I'm going to be cutting out any excesses. So this is what we have at the neckline. I measured the neck width to make sure that I still have my neck width intact. So next I'm going to be folding like so to stitch my dart. So in stitching my dart, I'm going to be using half an inch from the down upwards up to the breast point area. So this is what the dart stitching would look like. Okay, so I'm just marking it out for those that don't know what to do with the dart. So this is what it looks like at the back as well. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the dart, and after the stitching of the dart allowances, this is what I have, and this is just me trimming out all the excesses that I have. So I get the back part and place it on the front, and I'm going to be closing the shoulder and this part as well. After closing the shoulder together, I'm going to be closing this part separately. I close the front separate and also close the back separate. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm not showing you everything so that this tutorial is not so long. After the stitching, this is what we have. I've stitched the shoulder and I've closed the armhole area of the side and the side as well. So what is just left for me to use the body measurement to hold the side and then insert the zipper and then just put the down part of the dress. And at the end of the day, guys, this is what we came up with. Guys, I love this dress. This dress, like I would always say, is giving all it's supposed to give, and I'm so glad that this turned out so beautiful. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I hope that the simplicity and the down-to-earth explanation of this tutorial even exceeded your expectation. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in our next tutorial. Bye.